when the players went out for the warm-up and the fans, after a 4-0 loss, immediately started saying, "We love you, Liverpool." And after we were, well, I think it's fair to say, outplayed over 90 minutes, we went to the away end and they were still singing for us and clapping for us. So that support we felt constantly. And
we heard last night the announcement regarding Andy Robertson's future. How do you feel about the fact that he's going? And was it a case of not reaching agreement on the contract? How has it effectively come to this?
Now, first of all, he had many great seasons over here as a player, but I think people got to know him as a great person as well. I got to know him as a great person. I think every teammate of him will tell you how funny he is and how great of a person he is. And I think that has been shown a lot on social media as well, from our social media people. But what I remember most about him probably is the intensity he's always playing with, and we've learned something about intensity 2 days ago. But I can also remember Robbo making a press from the left fullback position to the right wing a few years ago. I showed that to my players that I was working with back then, and won everything over here. Served this club for so many years. Really loves this club. So it's been a great 8 or 9 years. 9 years for him at the club. But I think it's also we saw also that this season he didn't play as much as he was used to. Still a lot, but not as much as he used to. And as a result of that, he's leaving probably next season. But not only that, I think it's also difficult to be in that position longer than a season. So yeah.
Just to clarify on that, is that effectively Andy's decision? He wants that more regular first team football?
That's a question I think it's smarter to ask him than to ask me. But I think every player wants as much regular first team football as possible. But it's a question you should ask him.
Obviously, on as well, you've said that you're fully involved in recruitment for next season, which again suggests the support that you have from above. But at times you have had to answer questions about the future as well. In those kind of moments, what support have you felt from the likes of Richard Hughes, Michael Edwards, the owners as well?
Yeah, I'm repeating myself a lot, but I've said it many times. I feel a lot of support, but not only from the owners and from Richard and Michael, but I feel a lot of support from them as well. But as weird as it might sound, I also feel the support of the fans. And we were going out in Paris when the players went out for the warm-up, and the fans, after a 4-0 loss, immediately started saying, "We love you, Liverpool." And after we were, well, I think it's fair to say, outplayed over 90 minutes, we went to the away end and they were still singing for us and clapping for us. So that support we felt constantly. And I think, but I've said this many times as well, the club knows in which period of time we are in. And in the meantime, I feel complete support, yes.
And in the short term, it appears that this is a real defining week because you've got Fulham, you've got the second leg against PSG, Merseyside derby. It all seems to be pointing towards a real defining moment in terms of what you can still achieve this season. I mean, how do you see it?
Yeah, and I think that's completely normal in the end of the season. It's not only for us; it's for all the teams. These are defining moments and periods of time. We've given ourselves not the best situation to be in, but as you said, Paris kept us alive, so we're still in that tie, and there are 2 massive games in the league coming up as well, and afterwards 4 more, and hopefully a few more in the Champions League as well. But first, the focus should be on Fulham, and that's where the focus is on now.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Just in that respect, Arne, given the fact that there is going to be naturally so much focus on that second leg against PSG, do you have to do anything to make sure that everybody's full focus is on this game against Fulham? Because obviously, like you say, it's very important that you get this run going together, so you make sure that you qualify for next season as well.
No, if there might be anything positive from the Paris Saint-Germain game, it is that we faced the champions of Europe, and we've experienced that we were on that evening not at the level where we want to be. And the good thing is that in 4 or 5 days we have another chance to show that we can be much more competitive than we were 2 days ago. But it also tells us if we want to keep improving, we have to keep playing at that level as well next season, and that means Champions League football. And I think if you've experienced that 2 days ago, you want to be involved in that again next season to show that we can do even better than we did 2 days ago. And that chance we get in 3 days, but we also want to have that chance next season, and therefore we have to perform in the league as well. And that's going to be interesting because yesterday was a recovery day, and let's see where a few of our players are, because I think I'm also not telling you for the first time that not all of our players are able and capable of playing 3 days later another intense game. So let's see what the lineup brings this time.
In terms of that lineup then and injuries, players coming back, any news in terms of other players coming back in? And obviously you had Alexander Isak coming back from the week. How important is he going to be to the running coming now?
Now, we don't get a player back yet, but Alisson is working hard to find his way back into the squad. So that's really positive, but he will not be in the squad this weekend yet. That Alex is available for us again is vital, of course, because I said many times over here that it was hard for us to convert the chances into goals, and he's been a goal scorer his whole life. Now, we did not get a chance against Paris, so but in all the other games we've had many chances. So to have him back is really nice. It was only 15 minutes, but it's good to have him back, and hopefully we can progress his minutes, and he can grow to his form as soon as possible. But the last time, of course, it took him a while, which is completely normal. But now we are hoping that after the great rehab period he had with the people we are having in rehab, that we can bring him faster to the level we want him to be at.
Hi, you could argue with the players that have come back recently, this is sort of the fittest your squad has been all season. I just wonder, obviously that'll be welcome for you, I imagine, but does that also increase the pressure on you to achieve that goal of getting Champions League football next season?
Yeah, it's right that compared to the whole season, this is the best period of time when it comes to players available. But if I go away from here and I go into my office, I'm looking at my list. I'm seeing 3 defenders injured: a right fullback, Conor Bradley, a centre back with Giovanni Leoni, and a player that can play at centre back, Wataru Endo. And one of the players I'm of course worried about again for tomorrow will be Jeremy Frimpong and Joe Gomez. So yes, it's the best that has been this season. I think when you look at our bench against Paris Saint-Germain, it's the best bench we've had throughout the whole season. But sometimes things don't look as good as they might be if you then understand what I just tried to explain.
And Fulham are in the hunt for Europe themselves. In fact, they're the only Premier League opponent you haven't yet beaten of the teams that have been in the division in your 2 seasons in charge. I just wonder what you think makes them a good team.
As almost always in football, the quality of the players compared to the manager they're having a manager that is already working a long time with them, and you can also see that when you see them play. Clear structure, clear identity of how they want to play. Mainly with the same players I think in the last 2 seasons that I'm here now, and maybe even for longer, but I can't really remember how it was 3 years ago. So we played last season at home when we got a red card. It was probably one of the best games we played last season, which sounds weird, but with 10 men we were really good. I think we were twice we were a goal down and twice we came back. Yeah, it was a 2-2 draw in the end, but I think twice we were a goal down. So and of course this season, yeah, I say it many times, but that game maybe summed up our season. It was unbelievable that we didn't win that one. If you look at the moment we scored, not that we played an unbelievable good game over there, but I think I saw it yesterday. I don't know where I saw it, but it was 94th minute that we scored, I think, the goal. So how often does it happen then that you don't win the game? Unless it's Liverpool this season, then it happens a few times more.
Hi Arne, you mentioned before about the support of the fans, particularly in Paris. We've heard in the last few days that there have been planned protests from a range of supporter groups regarding the club's stance on ticket prices. I just wondered, in your time era in Liverpool, how important has that special atmosphere created by the fans been, particularly at times when you and the team have gone through tough times?
Not only when we go through tough times. I think Anfield has shown in the history, but also since I'm here, how important these fans are for us when we play a home game. A recent example, of course, was not Paris Saint-Germain, Galatasaray, where we had a tough game away from home, where their fans were really loud. But then Anfield showed what being loud really is. So they helped us through that game, and I can come up with so many examples where I've been part of, but also in the history of this club. So that is what makes Anfield special. But I think in general, playing in front of your home fans is for every team very helpful. And so yeah, we've always felt that support. I've always felt that support when we are playing, in good and in bad times. And I hope, even though there are protests, that the fans can be as helpful as they've always been for us this season and last season.